Hey folks, this is Luke Pennock. My commentary on the bit Mustache withdrawal. The whole Mustache series was pitched to me by one of the writers, Richard, as sort of something that was sort of fun that we could do, but something that was serious. Now that had very real, very real social implications in terms of the impact it could make on certain communities, specifically the facial hair enthusiast community. Um, and so he approached me. I was doing stand-up comedy around Guelph, Ontario at the time, and he said, uh, this is something fun we could do. What's happening here is we're having some problems with the local homeless. We didn't. This set was basically more or less open to the street. It cost us $150,000 for the 2 week shoot. Um, and Richard funded the whole thing. That was one of my sort of conditions. I said, okay, Richard, you give me the financial backing that you need, that I need to do this film. And so he said, okay, just sort of keep it reasonable. And Richard was very upset when I inked $150,000 rent for this place. And um, I guess that was sort of the first indication I had that Richard and I were sort of thinking about very different things for this show. So that was not, I might add, the first money I had spent. It was simply the first money that he saw that I had spent. You can see the Hot Fuzz poster in the back. I bought that from Nick Frost, who was in the movie. He did Shaun of the Dead and the show Man Stroke Woman, and earlier had been in Spaced. So this is the reason I bring this up is that I want to say that this is an accomplished actor. And he sold it to me personally over the internet for $370,000. Originally, as I told Richard, originally $375,000. So uh, it's not as though I just went out and was frivolous. I did what I can. I did what I could to take the price down, and I feel that the poster really adds a lot. It really complements the Indiana Jones uh, poster that Richard insisted be in the background, and that was $17. When it's much smaller, as you can see, it is much smaller. So you know, if he wants to do a whole bunch of small posters, that's going to add up to around the same that I pay for one big poster. Was the point I tried making to him. He was using mathematics to show me that wasn't true, and I said, but basically he wasn't taking into account the blank space, is what I told him. Um, so the poster above the Hot Fuzz one is Guy Caught. That was put up there by Charlie, another one of the writers. It's not funny. It's stupid. Guy Caught is I guess, Charlie is from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. You know, exactly. But I guess Guy Caught is a big deal in Saskatchewan, and so he insisted that the poster be up. The German flag, that was Lasse, and another one of the production people. He was a higher up in East Germany, and he insisted on having the poster there. I did not want it there. He snuck in like the dirty communist he is and put it up. All the tickets you see above that poster are tickets to the show Mamma Mia. Different versions of it. It is the only play I have ever seen, and is the only play I will ever see. And I believe there are five different versions. There are two high school versions, one professional, and two that I actually paid for myself with production money for this show. This is something that this is a part that I thought was very strong, um, where my character is explaining that when something looks scripted, it isn't real. And this is actually a discussion that I had with Richard. where he wanted me to follow the script that was very different from this, from what the show ended up being. Um, and that's what he wanted me to do. So I came in, I told him I had looked at the script. I had not. I burned the script the first day I got it, and I improvised. I got in here and I did my thing. This is not what it was supposed to be about, um, which made Richard very angry. Um, I told him we'd make the money back, and then this is a clever line. I had never heard it used before. I used it for what I believe to be the first time, and it's good. You are what you eat. That's funny. So, uh, Richard wanted to make the money back, obviously, and so I told him that, I would take care of distribution, which I have. I put it on YouTube, and he asked me, how are we going to make the money back on YouTube? And I said, well, how does any movie make money back, Richard? You know, how, he and he walked off. He didn't have an answer for me. Um, so yeah, hopefully he's making some money because I don't care about the money. I do this because it's art. I do this because it's beautiful, and I think it's important culturally. It's important to the mustache enthusiast community. It's important to basically all facial hair enthusiast communities. This piece I have heard cited by several people on the internet um, as something that is important to that community. On message boards, um, this this part was not supposed to be in there. This was a production manager who had been giving me a hard time all shoot. I was sick of it, and I saw this as my chance to call him out on the air. Uh, some some would say that's unprofessional. I happen to disagree. I'm in this. The last thing I want to say is I'm in this for the art. I'm in this because it's beautiful, and I think this is an important piece of work. Um, Hopefully, we will be doing more of these. I just have to, smooth things over with Richard. So thank you very much for watching.